Hey folks, how you doing and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leonard, you're watching a product reviewer, and that's me. Now 2021 is the year that foldable smartphones are getting mainstream again. At least that's the case for Samsung smartphones. And there we have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, which was just released a couple of months ago. And there are definitely a bunch of things that I love about it, but also some things that I just simply hate. So stay tuned and let's start the review. The Galaxy Z Flip 3 is extremely small. It fits in every pocket, in every jeans, and even in your shirt pocket if you have a shirt on, which I obviously don't. Now you really have to get used to the size, since I sometimes had to fit in that I forgot my phone at home since I couldn't fit it in my pocket. The phone really feels high quality. It has an aluminum case and Gorilla Glass Victus. And one thing that really feels awkward, that is that this phone is even foldable even if it's underwater. And yes, it is water resistant up to 1.5 meters for about 30 minutes. You can get a Z Flip 3 in 4 different colors. Now you can get it in this dark green color, which I have right here. You can get it in black, cream, or in violet. The camera and the outer display are now in a black box. And design-wise, I just love this little smartphone. It kind of reminds me of the Google Pixel 2 XL. Maybe I can blend in a picture of it over here in the corner. The outer display is quite big with 1.9 inches and a resolution by 260 by 512 pixels. You can even add widgets to this, like an alarm. You can read your notifications, time and date, of course, your music, a voice recorder, or even the weather. Well, you cannot reply to messages, but at least you get to read the message. And as a little bonus, the NFC payment even works while your phone is closed. Now, overall, you could say that you don't need to open up the Z Flip 3 as often as the previous models anymore. And I hope in near future, you get even more features without having to open that one. You could kind of say that it's like a smartwatch that is glued to your phone. Now, as for some specs, we get a 6.7 inch AMOLED display, which has an unusual long side if you compare it to the width of it. Now, we used to get a 60 Hz display, but now Samsung upgraded that all the way up to the full 120 LTPO display. And I gotta tell you, it looks amazing. Now, since we have a foldable display, we can really see a clear line in the middle of the display. After a while, you're getting used to it and you won't see it that often anymore, but you can definitely feel it every time you touch it. I mean, I couldn't get used to it, but it doesn't bother me either. I think it's more like a preference thing if you can live with it or not. Now, we all know by now that we have a very compact phone if we fold it up, but it's just more of a fancy feature, and this one has so much more to offer. Like taking selfies and videos, call friends, or you can even watch videos in the upper half of the display. It's actually something that I like doing, and I do it quite often. Now, as for the display surface, we have a plastic foil that is 80% more durable. If you get scratches, it is very easy for Samsung to replace it, and you do not get as many fingerprints anymore. Now, hardware-wise, we get the full package. Now, we have the Snapdragon 888, 8 GB of RAM, and 128 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage with an option to upgrade it all the way up to 256. Now, of course, we have 5G as well. The performance is great. If you compare it to the previous models, it runs super smoothly with 120 Hz and even shorter loading times. You can even use 2 apps at the same time, and they are perfectly separated through the foldable screen line. And with the software, you can even create app pairs for simultaneous use. Samsung One UI helps you with navigating on this huge screen, but sometimes you will still need a second hand for help. Now, as for the cameras, we get the same one as in the S21, which are again the same as in the S20, which are again the same that we get with the older Flip model. So really not the greatest and the newest ones, but since we have a newer processor, pictures are sharper, we get a better night mode and a better dynamic. But overall, not that amazing and not too big of an upgrade if you compare it to the older models. We get 2 lenses, a normal one and an ultra wide angle with 12 megapixels. I took a few cool pictures with this camera and they really look amazing. Colors are vivid and you cannot complain about the cameras. Of course, you can take videos as well with a maximum of 4K and 60 FPS. Now, if you compare the camera to other models in the same price range, we will definitely get more for our money. Especially if we talk about the zoom, since the Flip 3 really doesn't have one. The selfie camera is okay-ish, but the cool thing right here is that you can use the outer display for that as well, which is awesome. All in all, the Z Flip 3 has some decent cameras and you can take some good snaps with it, but it's definitely some room for improvement. Now, as for the battery life, this phone has 3300 mAh, and the fact that we have a 120 Hz display and the Snapdragon processor 888, the battery life really isn't that overwhelming. I mean, I don't want to lie to you guys, but you should get around 3 to 4 hours of effective display time. And I know Samsung wanted to put all the good stuff in this phone, like the 120 Hz, but if you would cut it down to 90, that would have done the trick and we had a better battery life. Also, charging the phone takes like forever. It takes about 2 hours to fully charge it and the phone really gets hot. Now it really depends on how much you're using it and how often you're using it, but 4 hours of display time gets me through the day. So what do I think about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3? And Samsung did a whole lot to make this phone awesome. It is more durable, it is very fast, it looks nice, and it comes at a price of 1,050 euros. But if you look at it from another perspective, it's more like a smaller version of the S21 with less battery life, no real zoom, and the Samsung Galaxy S21 costs like 200 euros less. So you gotta think twice before you buy that one. And folks, that's already it for the video. I hope you like it. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. I know I normally do smartwatch reviews, but every now and then I will throw in some other reviews like earbuds and a smartphone. Let me know in the comments below how you like it. And with that being said, see you next time. Peace.